Welcome, fans at home, to Crimson Cliffs High School here in St. George City for the second annual Money Good Flag Football Game. This is a flag football game between the two cities of St. George and Washington. It's now a yearly competition between both Mayor Randall of St. George and Mayor Staheli of Washington. My name is Jake Palmer. I'll be your host for tonight, along with my co-host
Zoe Hansen. I'll be the co-announcer for tonight's game.
As we were saying, this is the second annual Money Good Flag Football Game. The first one happened last year, obviously. This is kind of a cool thing, led by CEO and founder of Team Money Good, Devin Osborne. He wants to keep this going here in St. George to help teach people here about financial literacy. Last year, Team Staheli took the win with a commanding 42 to 28 behind the arm of Washington City QB Paul Peterson and his number one wideout, reigning MVP Beckham Nielsen. Team Randall and Team Staheli will look on to put a show and secure a year of bragging rights by being this year's Money Good Flag Football Game champions. This game is also a fundraiser for the Washington County Children's Justice Center and helps spread awareness for their cause as well.
The Washington County Children's Justice Center is a home-like, child-friendly facility where children who have been victims of abuse or other crimes can begin the road to healing. We work with our multidisciplinary partners to provide crucial services to our community, including forensic interviews, medical exams, and therapy services.
I'm so excited for this game. On the field is going to be Team Washington City, or otherwise known as Team Staheli. It's going to be the black team, and the roster will be Coach Paul Peterson, who is the head coach for the Utah Tech football team. Megan Peterson, who is, it says in quotations, the real head coach of the Utah Tech football team, Zoe. Beckham Nielsen, Amelia Slama-Catron, Adele Brown, Tyson Dove, Corey Klotz, Mike Harris, Neil Cazier, Doug Jolly, Blake Kilgore, Cajun Smith, Begrevich, Bruno Silva, Jalen Powell, Lauren Buxton, JT Stewart, and Michael Wiley.
And first, for the visiting Team Randall with St. George, we got Mayor of the St. George City and head coach of Team Randall, Michelle Randall. And with the starting QB, we got Cody Long Ball Wilstead. And then we got Todd, the Kid Simister, Jory Juice Hansen, Marin Throwed Up Duncan, Anthony Otterpop Ott, David Quick Feet Cordero, Stephen Applesauce and Hot Dogs Ashby, Devin the Dancer Chandler, McCrae Hollywood Hepler, Liz the Go Route Fassel, and Logan Not Ben Wallace. We also got Shad Pulsiper, Trey Trigga Camachi, Eric Trubel Trombley, Andrew Mr. HPC Kendall, Josh Pulsiper, Frank Two-Time Stain, Starley the Flash Woodbury, Jake Mr. Green, Nathan Salsa Lemke, Cameron Bring the Pain McCall, and Tanner Biceps Baldery.
Those are the teams for today's matchup. This is going to be a flag football game, which I'm excited about. And I failed to mention the nicknames for Washington City. This is something I'm really excited about, is the nicknames for both teams. But we'll get onto that as Team Washington makes some plays. Once again, all proceeds will be going to Washington County Children's Justice Center. And at halftime of this game, we're going to be having someone from the Children's Justice Center up with us in the booth, answering some questions, some frequently asked questions about what they do and what they represent. So stick around for that at halftime. Looks like Team Washington is going to be able to get the coin toss in their favor.
This is going to be a good game. We got a good battle going on here. I know there's a lot of fight for that trophy.
Oh, yeah, this isn't like the first year thing where everyone shows up and has fun. There's a lot of returning players from last year's game that have a vendetta against some other players on the other team, especially the two mayors wanting their teams in their respective cities to be able to win this game.
Associate head coach and special teams coach. Starting quarterback for Team St. George, number 3, Cody Longball Wilstead.
Once again, this battle is between the cities of St. George and Washington, and is now an annual friendly competition between Mayor Randall of St. George and Mayor Staheli of Washington. These teams are made up of local first responders, community members, and former college athletes. So me, myself, Zoe, I never played football in high school, but I don't think it's going to take much to be able to understand and enjoy this flag football game. I personally haven't watched a group of adults play flag football, but I can't imagine it to be anything short of amazing. So.
No, the last time I ever watched or participated actually in a flag football game was in high school when Powder Puff was a thing. So I'm excited to see the battle here.
It's like Team St. George is going to get some warm-up throws in as they are introducing their players. Great day here in St. George. Not a cloud in the sky from up here in the press box. Beautiful day. Not super hot, but just a good enough day to throw the football around.
Glad we're back to sunny St. George here.
Oh my goodness! I know, wasn't it like 3 weeks ago that it was like snowing?
Oh jeez.
I cannot believe that. That's crazy. But here we are. All is well. Great sunny day.
Number 44, Nathan Salsa Lemke. Number 88, Cameron Bring the Pain McCullough. And number 89, Tanner Bicep Baldry. Now for the reigning Money Good Flag.
We've got some pretty fun halftime events here at this game, including a prolific 40-yard dash. If you're the fastest kid in Washington County, remember to enter in for your chance to win a free month's Kids Speed and Agility Pass and Prolific Performance. Go ahead down to the north side of the field. This is for kids here. Only $5 donation to enter, but I mean for a free chance to win an entire month's worth of a gym membership. That sounds like a great payoff if you can run the best speed today.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely worth it. We also got a social media contest, so don't forget to share. Post a picture enjoying the game on Instagram to enter to win a Minky blanket and tag at Team Moneygood at cjc.wj and Minky Couture St. George.
Yeah, there were going to be 2 winners announced in the final 2 minutes of the game for that one. Also at halftime, man, this is a jam-packed halftime session. We've got a football toss between both of the mayors, Mayor Randall and Mayor Staheli. And then after that, we have a field goal kick from Chief Whitehead of St. George and Chief Williams of Washington, the 2 police chiefs of both cities. So that's going to be extremely fun. I've heard personally through the grapevine that they've been practicing, that they've been preparing for this, which I love to hear that. So
I'm excited to see how they're going to do. I mean, that's not easy. Field goal kicks are not easy, but if they've been practicing, I'm ready to see it.
This is going to be so much fun to watch.
Number 83, Lake Hot Feet Kilgore. Number 88, Doug Jolly Roger Jolly. And the reigning MVP, number 26, Beckham. Always open, just like 7-Eleven, Nielsen.
The reigning MVP of this game comes from Team St. George, number 26, Beckham, nickname Always Open, just like 7-Eleven, Nielsen. I want to meet the person who came up with these nicknames. I wonder if it's just the person or the player themselves. But Always Open, just like 7-Eleven. I think that's a pretty fitting name for maybe a wide receiver who won the MVP. I think you deserve to call yourself Always Open like 7-Eleven if you won the MVP. So no shame in that, you know.
Oh, these are some good nicknames. I'm excited for these.
Another one, Amelia Millie Rock Slamatron.
I love that. That one's probably one of my favorites. You can't get better than that. Or even we got Steven Applesauce and Hot Dogs. That's just great.
Talk about throwing the other team off. I don't even know. Once again, Team Washington going to be donning the black jerseys with the red flags. Team St. George going to be with the white jerseys and the yellow flags for today's game.
The kick will be between the Washington City Police Chief and the St. George Police Chief. There's also a football toss happening at halftime. Donate $5.
This is going to be a pretty competitive games. I know a pretty competitive game. These teams are stacked. Remember, they have the local first responders, community members, and former college athletes. This is going to be a great game.
It's going to be a big difference. I wonder how much fire the college athletes, the former college athletes, are going to come out with. You know, maybe a little bit like, oh, I played in college, maybe not necessarily football, but maybe football, but that competitive spirit probably truly shines with these former college athletes. So we're going to see how it goes. But, I mean, the MVP of last year's game was not a college athlete, so who knows what's to be expected tonight.
Being a college athlete, you still got to have that. You still got to be in a little bit of shape, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you've got police chiefs that are prepping for this game, I don't know who is not preparing for this game, you know. At that point, that sounds – you got police chiefs practicing field goal kicks for halftime. I mean, that's awesome right there. This is going to be a really good show.
Oh, I'm definitely excited for that part.
Looks like teams are starting to head to their sidelines, getting ready, stretching it out, throwing the ball a little bit. I don't even know if I can make a prediction for who's going to win this game. I think I'm just going to sit back and enjoy.
Knowing how much they lost last time, I mean, it's going to be a battle.
That's extremely 42-28. That's a hefty win right there.
I don't think it's going to be that hefty today. I think they're coming out ready. I would.
Does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost ready to start our second annual Money Good flag football game here at Crimson Cliffs in St. George, Utah. This is the second annual Money Good game. Very excited for what we've got going on tonight. And we've got 3 referees out there. I don't know if I have ever seen referees wearing shorts. Maybe I just don't pay attention to refs in professional sports. But it's definitely warm enough outside to be wearing shorts as a referee. So
I couldn't imagine him wearing pants. It'd be hot.
That's exactly right. Once again, Team Washington City in the black and red flags. black jerseys, red flags. Team St. George
John
in the
Hines.
white jerseys and the yellow flags
Washington
today.
County Children's Justice Center Director Christy Pike will do the coin toss.
Looks like both team captains getting ready for the start of the game. Team Washington versus Team St. George. Both of the mayors of both cities are the respective team captains. Once again, folks, at halftime, we're going to be having a kind of a Q&A with someone, a representative from the Children's Justice Center here in St. George, talking about what they do and what their purpose is. And all the proceeds of this game are going to the Children's Justice Center here in St. George. And so stick around for that at halftime. Teams finally taking the field. Looks like Team St. George will be kicking off to Team
St. George
Washington.
City will start with the ball on their own 25-yard line.
There's no kickoff. They're just going to start playing. Pass completed to number 11, running halfway down the field and gets his flag pulled around the 50-yard line.
Great start. Great start.
Number 11 for St. George, Trey Trigga Camachi. Once again, all of these players have their first and last name, but in the middle have a nickname like Trigga. So number 11, Trey Trigga Camachi with the pass, run back for 20 yards. St. George with the snap. Running, throwing it deep. Gets it picked off by number 88, Doug Jolly, Roger Jolly from Washington. And after two plays, Team Staheli, excuse me, has the ball.
88, Doug Jolly, Roger
They made that
Jolly
look too easy.
with the interception.
I'm no pro with, knowing football players and stuff like that, but it looks like very spread out offense from Team St. George. Team Randall making that coaching decision. Now Team Washington, coached by Team Staheli, will have the ball at the 32-yard line, pushing the other way, looking to score. That's the exact kind of position you want to be in after not starting with the ball. 2 plays in, you have the ball. That's exactly what you want. Once again, you got Coach Paul Peterson, the head football coach at Utah Tech University, at the quarterback position. Nicknamed Pistol Pete. Going to get the handoff. Slow in the pocket, one blitzer. Makes a great pass to number 83, Blake Hot Feet Kilgore, for a gain of about 10.
Hot Feet Kilgore. Second down.
Peterson got some great socks on, if I can add that. I don't know. That's a great choice. Snap again for Pistol Pete. Under some pressure.
Oh.
Got his flag pulled. That's going to count as a sack. I don't think he got it off in time.
I don't think so.
Great rush
It was
by
close,
St. George
but
City. Had to get there
I think he got,
for
I
the
think he
sack.
got
Number
stopped.
7, Steven Applesauce and Hot Dogs Ashby.
And yeah, number 7 for teams Randall. Steven Applesauce and Hot Dogs Ashby with the bucket hat on gets the sack for Team Randall, representing St. George. Now Team Randall has an opportunity to get the ball back. 2 plays, they throw an interception. 2 plays later, they get a sack, and they get to
Quick pressure there.
yeah, wow. Great throw from Pistol Pete.
Oh.
Pass completed.
It's going to be number 3 for Team Staheli. Jalen remove all doubt Powell. That's a nickname. But I mean, there's no doubt there. He got Team Washington about 20 yards on that run. Pistol Pete really looking like a head football coach here, calling plays. Looking like he's going to throw deep. Almost picked off by number 2, Todd the Kid Simister from Team Randall of St. George.
Washington City.
It's going to be interesting to see, because my experience with wearing all black and being from Phoenix, Arizona, is I get hot really easily. And so Team Staheli's they've got some darker color shorts on and obviously that black jersey. So we're going to see how they're going to be able to perform down the stretch. Pistol Pete with a long pass completed by Jalen remove all doubt Powell.
Back the clock with a bomb.
Number 3 for Team Staheli. Team Staheli's going crazy right now. Looking to score in the next drive potentially. Great pass from Pistol Pete. Oh. Going to be a touchdown for Team Staheli off the bat. Once again, Pistol Pete by himself locks and loads, throws, and even though remove all doubt Powell was under pressure, able to make that catch. Going for 2. 2-point conversion is completed.
And the 2-point conversion is good.
Team Staheli off to a hot start here after getting an interception of the 30-yard line on the other side and scoring. Now has 8 points on the board.
St. George City 0.
Team Randall going really wide on their offensive stance. And Team Staheli going really deep. Easy catch. Evading some players, running in. No flag pulled until the 45-yard line for number 21.
From Cody Longball Wilstead.
Josh
21,
Pulsifer
Josh, current movie star Pulsifer.
for Team Randall of St. George. Now gives a great position for Team Randall to be able to score this possession. Potentially, if they go deep.
Just can't do what they did in that first part.
We're going to see if they're going to try to match Pistol Pete, who's been throwing some heaters early on in this game. Looks like they've actually got a play sheet down, tucked into the back of his shirt by the quarterback. Cody Longball Wilstead locks and loads, has some pressure, throws an easy dime. Oh, number 89, Tanner Biceps Baldery, evading the first attempt at pulling the flag, gets around.
It's a great juke there.
That's a great move. Tanner Biceps, does he have biceps? Oh, he's got biceps.
Boom.
Look at that. That was all legs there, though. Well, like quads. I don't know. Team Randall advancing the ball extremely well, being very patient. Cody Longball Wilstead to the QB position, playing a very, very patient game. One blitzer coming in hot, under pressure, dodges the flag. He's going to run open past the 30, 20. This is going to be a flag call. And the ref in shorts. We're going to see what this potentially was. Cody had a wide open lane there. Everyone kind of started running away. He had as clear of a runway as you can have. That is the first flag of the game, the second annual Money Good flag football game here at Crimson Cliffs in St. George, Utah. Looks like Team St. George is going to have some yards taken away from their initial spots. Tanner Biceps Bottery snapping the ball to quarterback Cody Longball Wilstead. Let's see how good that nickname is. Short pass right at the biceps.
Wide open.
Wide open. Running through two defenders. He got through the first one. The second one was able to grab his flag. Advancing the ball a good 20 yards for Team Randall.
This could be tough because they're right there. They only got a few more yards, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, 5 yards of the goal line. You don't really need a long ball, so to speak, for this next possession potentially from Cody Wilstead. Team Randall, coach and mayor of the city of St. George. Some great play calls. Cody Longbell Wilstead in the pocket, under pressure, gets the ball off. That's going to be out of bounds on the other side of the end zone.
He just needed an extra step.
Great rush by Washington City. Number 19.
Gotta be a replay.
Millie Rocks Lamatron.
It's funny because this even tricked me out for a little bit because the end zones are moved in about 10 yards, 20 yards. And so, I think he got confused. I don't think he saw the bright nylon cones right there. I thought he was in the clear. St. George back to snap. Got a lot of time. Easy money for St. George. Touchdown. Number 21, Josh Pulsifer on the short ball from Cody Longball Wilstead. Man, that's too easy. He was in the end zone. That's a Sunday stroll right there. Looks like St. George might be trying to match Team Washington's 2-point conversion, try to tie it up here 8-8 early in the first half. We're yet to see anything from the reigning MVP of last year's game, number 26, Beckham, always open just like 7-11, Nielsen. Maybe we'll see him on Washington's next possession. Cody Longbell Wilstead in the pocket, missed by number 22, Frank Stain. Pass incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good.
They weren't going to let that up too easy.
Great play calling by Team Staheli and Washington City in the black jerseys.
With 15 minutes left in the first half, Washington City leads St. George City.
Looks like it was just a little too high there.
TV timeout.
All right, first timeout here for the second annual Team Money Good flag football game. We're going to go to commercial, and we're going to come back with Team Washington with the possession.
Are you aware that most of us know or are related to a victim of child sexual abuse, physical abuse, or other crimes?
That's right. Sometimes it is difficult to know how to best support our loved ones as they work to heal from the physical and emotional scars left by abuse. Fortunately, there are people who are experts in helping child survivors and their families.
Since 1997, the Washington County Children's Justice Center has provided a home-like, child-friendly facility where children who have been victims of abuse or other crimes can begin the road to healing.
Working with our partners in law enforcement and child protective services, we provide child interviews, victim advocacy, child abuse medicals, and mental health services. We depend on community partners, families, and individuals like you to help support the healing for the most vulnerable among us.
We invite you to help us envision a world without child abuse.
annual Money Good flag football game here at Crimson Cliffs.
Are
Team
you
Washington,
aware that
coached by
most
Team
of us
Staheli, has
know
the
or
ball.
are
Pistol
related
Pete
to a victim
in the
of
pocket.
child sexual abuse?
Oh, catch almost completed by number 83, Blake Hot Feet Kilgore. Quarterback position, we got Coach Paul Peterson of the Utah Tech football team. The head coach, nicknamed Pistol Pete, led Team Staheli to a touchdown on the very first drive after an interception.
Quick pressure there. I wonder if he got it off right.
Oh, it's a great spin move. Not out of bounds. Got the flag after the spin move. Number 3, Jalen Remove All Doubt Powell with the reception. Paul Peterson, Pistol Pete, great under pressure here. And Remove All Doubt Powell with the great spin move. Pistol Pete in the pocket again, great under pressure. Target maybe a little bit too short to catch that one, but that's okay. Man, Pistol Pete has looked great in this second outing for the Washington team. Great defense there from Team St. George. One rusher for St. George. Pressure on Paul Peterson. Wide open. Number 1, Lil Uno Brown scored a touchdown after one of the St. George defenders.
I think it just slipped.
Number 23, Starley the Flash Woodbury.
I
We'll
think
see in the replay.
she was confused. I thought she'd think she pulled it.
Let's see the replay here. Peterson, a great recovery after a little bit of a weird snap. Wide open for
And
Lil
here we
Uno.
go.
Missed the flag, just kind of grabbed her hip a little bit until after so that's a touchdown for Team Staheli. 2-point conversion.
Quick pressure there.
Oh, maybe gets it off in time. Not going to be able to be a completion, though. Man, Paul Peterson, Pistol Pete, great under pressure. Only has had 1 sack so far and thrown 2 touchdowns. Now Team Staheli leads Team Randall 14-6 halfway through the first half. I love that these players are playing with bucket hats and glasses and all sorts of kind of accessories. Refs are wearing shorts. It's a great time out here in Crimson Cliffs.
Total St. George weather.
Great game too. Both sides have been playing very, very well. We'll see if Team Staheli can keep the lead and if they can stop Team Randall. You know, very, very first possession, 2 plays into the game, Team Staheli had an interception, and they eventually scored a touchdown off of that turnover. So
it's going to be important who's up at half.
Long Bell Wilstead, that making his nickname known, misses it by just a little bit too long ball for Long Ball Wilstead, number 3, the quarterback for Team Randall. Maybe too much juice on that ball. He got back through that. Receiver was wide open. Missed it by just a little bit. You maybe sometimes question the commitment level of like, okay, this is a flag football game, but like at what point do I put my body on the line? Because receiver there, if you would have dove for that, that's a touchdown potentially, right? But maybe doesn't want to dive for it.
I don't
Not
know.
that serious,
I
but
think I would have gone for it.
Yeah.
It's a touchdown.
Exactly. Great short pass from Wilstead.
Oh, and he's
Double jukes.
just barely stopped at the 40 there.
Great catch by Jory Juice Hansen. Dodging 2 defenders and moving the ball up for St. George. I don't know about you, Zoe, but I kind of want to see some more long ball Wilstead here. That's his nickname.
I want to see some successful long ball Wilstead.
We'll get some here. Long ball in the snap.
Here it is.
No effort.
Oh!
Completion. That is a touchdown. Touchdown, Team Randall. Long ball Wilstead to number... We could get him to turn around. We could call his name and nickname out. Number 2, Number 2, Todd the Kid Simister with the great reception from Longbow Wilstead.
He may be a little shorter, but he's got the speed. He definitely smoked those defenders there for that touchdown.
Team Randall only down by 2 points now, trailing Team Staheli 14-12. Team Randall really got to make up for some lost possessions after throwing an interception very early on in the game. Oh, fake. Todd the Kid throws it to long ball. Oh, it's an interception in the end zone.
And it looks like he lost his gameplay there. The referee has it right there.
No good for the conversion. A lot going on. Looks like Tanner Biceps Baldery passed it to Todd the Kid. Loses his long ball. Wilstead loses his play call sheet that he's been keeping ever so safe tucked under those flags. Loses it and throws an interception or a turnover in the end zone. That's 2 interceptions now for Longbell Wilstead. You know, that's not a super great position for them with a great quarterback like Pistol Pete for Team Washington. Number 10, Bruno, warm body, warm leg, Silva snapping the ball to Pistol Pete. Pass complete, running is number 19, Amelia Millie Rock Slamatron. I love calling these nicknames out.
I'm telling you, that's like my favorite nickname. It's so perfect.
Millie Rock Slamatron. Pistol Pete, man, you got to be thinking, I don't see anybody else wearing as long of socks as Pistol Pete is. And, I mean, he's been playing fantastic. So we're going to see if that's going to continue. It does. Throws it to warm legs, warm body Silva. It kind of got tied up there. Brutal warm body Silva, the snapper, had a little bit of a dance around number 3, Jory Juice Hansen for St. George. Pistol Pete looks as calm and collected and cool as ever. I mean, he's got a visor on. He's wearing glasses. This might as well just be a practice for him. Like, he could be closing his eye under those glasses. We have no idea. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Man, Zoe, this has been a great game so far. Great offensive performances from both sides. Outside of Cody Longbell, Wilstead, the quarterback for Team St. George, having 2 interceptions. You just got to wonder what those 2 possessions would have looked like without those interceptions.
You know, I don't think it's going to be a big lead at all like last year. You know, they came out ready, and we're seeing that right here. We only got like a two-point difference here.
Oh, the pump fake from Pistol Pete gets his flag pulled. Play continues. Number 13, Tyson Tita of Dove with the reception. Man, Pistol Pete's had some close calls with those sacks. He's pump fake, gets the ball off right in time before the flag is pulled. Advanced the ball up about 10 yards or so, 15 yards for Washington. Pistol Pete running a fast offense.
Oh, and
dodges,
juked.
makes Juice slide. Receiver not looking, gets his flag pulled before the ball has even touched his hands. Incomplete pass. Man, Pistol Pete's got some moves. Unfortunately, Jory Juice Hansen from Team St. George kind of maybe lost his juice a little bit sliding. I don't know if he's wearing cleats. Pistol Pete's definitely not, but that didn't seem to matter. Got the pressure on Pistol Pete. Loses the defender. Really calm. Throws it to almost nobody. Number 18. Seemed to miss that.
I think the intentions were to go to Lauren L.B. Buxton, but I don't think they got there in time.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell. I kind of just was in the middle of.
Just a throwaway, maybe?
Yeah. Peterson all alone. Got like half the field open.
I would start running.
Yeah, he could run.
Go.
But he's looking to make. I mean, he's Pistol Pete for a reason.
Exactly.
Now he's got some pressure on him.
Oh, and juked.
Gets the pass off.
Almost
tipped
intercepted.
By number 3. Marin, throw it up. Duncan from Team St. George.
I think maybe they took too much time there. Everyone was guarded up there.
Yeah, it took about 10 seconds for Team St. George to send somebody. Okay, you got to go blitz him. Can't let him keep making plays in his head. We gotta put some pressure on him. Nonetheless, great offense. Great job moving the ball up from Paul Peterson, Pistol Pete, and Team Staheli. Once again, for the viewers who are just joining us, Team Staheli is Mayor Staheli, is the head coach of the team in the black, Team Washington, and Team Randall, or Mayor Randall, is coaching the white team, Team St. George. Cody Longbell Wilson, after throwing 2 interceptions, is all by himself, literally just standing, kind of moving, shuffling his feet a little bit, advancing. He's trying to get that long ball nickname off. Wide open. The reception for a touchdown on the very first play of the drive, Zoe.
Too easy. That's why he's long ball. Cody Longball Wilstead. He's living up to his name.
You know, he's willing to live by the long ball and die by the long ball. He is literally all by himself. Touchdown made by number 2, Todd the Kid Simister. Second touchdown of the game. Team Randall now up 18-14 with a 4-point lead. And we got just under 3 minutes left before the halftime. We're going to see if Team Randall can keep this up. They've missed on both of their 2-point conversions. And we're going to see if they can actually, you know, not a lot of space, not enough for I wouldn't say a long ball here. We're going to see if long ball maybe pull that back a little bit and get a little bit of a 2-point
Maybe a
conversion
short
here.
ball.
Maybe a little bit of a short ball.
They're definitely going to try something new, maybe.
Nonetheless,
There
it's a
we
dart.
go.
That's going to be a completion for 2 points. Number 21. Cody might pull a hammy Schmidt for St. George. Oh, excuse me. Josh Pulsifer, number 21. Got 2 21s on this team. Josh Pulsifer has had a number of great receptions this game already. Team Randall up 20-14 with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a huddle from Team Washington. Zoe, what are your thoughts so far on how Team Randall has played?
Team Randall's played, I don't even want to say calm, but I want to say they're ready. They're out there. They're trying everything. They're not afraid.
Yeah, it's looking like, I mean, Paul Peterson of Team Washington's been very, very calm and collected, that I've said before, in this game. And it looks like, you know, Cody Longball Wilson, as we've been talking about, came out in this game, you know, swinging. And it looks like he's dialed back a little bit. I mean, he had 30 yards of space with no one even pressuring him, and he was just lobbed it up to Todd the Kid Simister for the touchdown on the last drive.
We got 2 different types of quarterbacks here, and it's cool to see their game plays, how one could be so calm and collected and the others just go, 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 but it's working for both of them.
Yeah, I want to see how Team Randall and Team Staheli, or excuse me, Coach Randall and Coach Staheli, how did they form these teams? Like, where did they go grab a Cody Longbell Wilson, you know? It's going to be interesting. Pistol Pete with the completion. Flag still on. He's looking like he got a towel. He's running through majority of the team. That's going to be number 26.
That stopped at the 50 there.
Number 26. That's like a 30-yard gain for Cajun Unks, Smith Begrevich. wearing a backwards hat. That's what I'm talking about. It's a flag football game. He's got like a bathroom towel tucked into the back of his pants, and we got Unk with the backwards hat. Great reception there and a great pass from Pistol Pete with the long socks on. Looks like we got a penalty, a flag on the play. Going to move Team Washington back a few yards. Snap to Pistol Pete. Pressure immediately from Andrew Kendall. Pass complete to the other receiver of Team Washington. Great pass there. Short ball. Pistol Pete. They've been putting more pressure on Pistol Pete as of late. Throws the ball wide open again to number 83, Blake Hot Feet Kilgore, for about his second or third reception of the game. Man, they sent Andrew Kendall, St. George, to put some pressure on, but I mean, Pistol Pete's been dicing them up, making them literally dicing and slicing them up, sending them to the ground about every single time they're running at him. Minute 30 here in the first half. Pressure on Pistol Pete. That's a completion to number 3. Jalen, remove all doubt. Powell with the touchdown. That's a great pass. Once again, evading the pressure right there. About catches it with one hand. He kind of just keeps it tucked in with the second one.
Even with the little twirl, he
Yeah.
had it.
Flag didn't get pulled. He made it in. That's a talk about Pistol Pete. Shot that one right in there. Now you got Team Washington, Team Staheli, kind of just hanging out in a longer huddle than normal. We've seen a pretty quick offense from Team Staheli and Team Washington so far. So got to see what they're cooking up for this 2-point conversion. Team St. George right on the goal line on defense, sending one blitzer in. High over the defense. Drops the pass. Looks like he had that in the air. Jalen, remove all doubt. Powell looks like he had it about in the air with 2 guys on him. Drop that pass.
Great defense.
Looks like number 7, Steven Applesauce and Hot Dogs with a bucket hat on. Got the stop with that. Got a hand on it. Okay, we've got a minute left in the first half. Tie 2020. Cody Longball Wilston. How do you feel with the ball in his hands at this possession?
You know, I'm ready for it. You know, once you get up, I want to see them get up before halftime. That can really change the game, especially since they lost that first possession. It's going to be huge for them if they can score here.
I don't think we're going to see anything crazy different from what we've seen before from the quarterback. Long ball.
It's not going to be short ball.
We might be seeing a long ball here with a minute left. Short ball, kind of a on-the-ground ball as well.
You know, I was not expecting that. I was expecting another long one.
Exactly. I think he's maybe too comfortable throwing long balls. That was a little bit – I think he's just too strong. He didn't realize how much juice he needed to put on that ball, how much zip he needed to get it there. Because, I mean, he was comfortable just 2 feet planted, hucking it about half the field a couple possessions ago.
We don't call him long ball for nothing.
Maybe he's changing his mind right now. He's like, all right, guys, my bad. My nickname's long ball for a reason. We're gonna get you guys a long ball. St. George playing great offense this game. Coming back. Pass completed. Juking out the defenders. Gets his flag pulled. It's going to be number 2, Todd the Kid Simister. Man, long ball and the Kid have been – that's been a dynamic duo of the game so far. I believe 2 touchdowns for the Kid from long ball.
Wonder what they're cooking up here.
Yeah, Team Washington playing some very active defense, and you can see in the very, very backfield, they've got a guy about, let's see, where is it at? That's about 40 yards away from where the ball is currently positioned. You know, they know long ball's a thing. They've seen it before. They're ready for it.
They're backed up. They're not going to let what happened last time happen again. No way.
I wonder, yeah, if they even like blitz him. I'm like about 49 seconds left in the first half. Snap goes to long ball from Biceps. Past a Biceps. Got a lot of stutter steps there. Did he flip the ball in time? Doesn't look like it. Going to be down to the 45-yard line. Kind of a smart IQ play from number 89, Tanner Biceps Baldery. I would not have thought of that, honestly. He had the ball. He's like, my flag's getting pulled. He put some dance on him right there, Dancing with the Stars. Flipped it off just as the flag was pulled. Pass completed to number 11, Trey Chiga Kamachi.
And just under 30 seconds left. Do you think they'll do it, Jake?
I think they got this. They're at midfield. You know, end zones are moved in a little bit. I think we could see a long ball right here. Pressure on him. Running. Long ball. On the look. Dots it to 89. Biceps. Gets his flag pulled. There's a flag on the field. Tanner Biceps Baldery with the reception on that play. There's going to be a flag on the play. On the offense, it looks like. Man, Team Washington really put the pressure on long ball in that situation. They wanted to get him up towards the line of scrimmage as much as they could.
They didn't want him sending that long ball. No way.
It's just interesting the kind of defense that they've had because, I mean, a couple of drives ago, he was wide 30 yards wide open. No one was touching him. Kind of trying to defend that long ball more, but, I mean, he's thrown 2 interceptions. So I think with 30 seconds left of the game, you got to just run at him. And it worked.
You can't give him time. If you give him time, he's going to send that, and it's going to go right into the end zone. So they're playing it careful here.
Nine seconds on the clock for Team Randall, representing St. George. Going to see kind of a longer huddle from Team St. George. Once again, not enough space for a long ball here, but we got 9 seconds. Can they take the lead going into halftime? Pressure on him immediately. Dot, right, 2.
Wide
Touchdown.
open.
Number 11, Trey Trigga Kamachi for St. George. Play took 6 seconds. We don't need a long ball all the time. That was just a straight line drive to Trey Trigga Kamachi for the touchdown. Let's take the lead.
Wide open.
Once again, I mean, that's been a theme of the game so far. You can't leave Cody long ball Wilstead in the pocket. He's just standing there. He gives him time to just read. No pressure. Throw for a touchdown in 6 seconds. Up 6 points after being down a little bit earlier in the first half.
Just 3 seconds left.
Pass to Todd the Kid Semister. Clock runs out. Gonna look. It's a completion for St. George. Bucket hat falling off. For Steven, number 7, applesauce and hot dogs Ashby. A little bit of a trick play. Biceps passing it to the kid, dipping it off to long ball, and just hucking it over to applesauce and hot dogs for the 2-point conversion.
I wonder how he got that nickname, applesauce and hot dogs. It's got to be his favorite meal.
That makes me think that these players came up with them themselves. There's no way they're like, oh, yeah, that guy's applesauce and hot dogs.
Some inside jokes.
Yeah, there's something going on that we're not aware of. 3 seconds on the clock for Team Staheli. You know, Pistol Pete, his nickname is not long ball. We might see some of that, though, right here. Going to be number 83, Blake Hotfeet Kilgore. Snapping against a Pistol Pete. Looks like they're going to run deep. Pressure on him. Tosses it over. Tosses it back to Pistol Pete. Great way to get the pressure off him. They're going to run it up. St. George defense has moved all the way back to the goal line. Cage Smith-McGrevitz flips it off to number 3. Almost loses his footing. Blake Hotfeet gets it. Pistol Pete keeps it alive. Throws a sideline. Running it up. They're gaining some major ground here. And applesauce and hot dogs with the 2-point conversion on the last play and the interception to stop whatever that was on this drive.
They almost got away with it.
They made it 90% of the way until applesauce and hot dogs and his bucket hat came and said, no, thank you. We want the lead going into halftime.
I think that's the best play we've seen. That was crazy. What, 7, 8 back passes?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Pistol Pete caught that. They kind of over the head. Blake Hotfeet kind of threw it over his head.
And there we go, that interception right there.
Great play from applesauce and hot dogs. All right, folks, that is going to be halftime. Team Randall leads Team Staheli 28-20. We're going to go to break, and after the break, we've got a representative from the Children's Justice Center here with us answering some questions, talking about their purpose and the reason for what they do. And we're going to get a lot of answers to the questions here after the break.
Are you aware that most of us know or are related to a victim of child sexual abuse, physical abuse, or other crimes?
That's right. Sometimes it is difficult to know how to best support our loved ones as they work to heal from the physical and emotional scars left by abuse. Fortunately, there are people who are experts in helping child survivors and their families.
Since 1997, the Washington County Children's Justice Center has provided a home-like, child-friendly facility where children who have been victims of abuse or other crimes can begin the road to healing.
Working with our partners in law enforcement and child protective services, we provide child interviews, victim advocacy, child abuse medicals, and mental health services. We depend on community partners, families, and individuals like you to help support the healing for the most vulnerable among us.
We invite you to help us envision a world without child abuse.
Director Christy Pike with the Children's Justice Center. So tell us a little bit more about why the Children's Justice Center.
Oh, isn't this a fun night tonight? Yes, we're so grateful to be the recipient of the proceeds from tonight. And the Children's Justice Center is a safe place where children who've been victims of abuse or other crimes can come to receive services. And we serve kids from all over Washington County, including both St. George and Washington City and all of our other cities. And we're grateful to be here.
It's amazing how we can come and have this awesome football game. We've seen a lot of action, and it's just going to be fun. I'm glad that you could be here.
Yes, we love being here. You know, sometimes child abuse can be a really heavy topic, so it's great to come and have some fun tonight.
Definitely. So how many children do you serve?
So last year we served 420 primary victims, kids under age 18. That included 283 forensic interviews with kids to talk about their abuse or the crime that they were a victim of, 142 medical exams. We also do traumatic stress screeners with kids to check on where they're at, and we'll do suicide screeners with kids. We provided over 1,200 therapy sessions last year alone. And the most common allegation that we see kids for is child sex abuse or assault. And 114 of our primary victims last year were under the age of 7 years old.
Wow, that is crazy. So, what are the greatest needs you see in the kids you serve?
Probably the mental health piece. We know that kids that endure adverse childhood experiences, hard things when they're young, are at a much higher risk for 9 out of 10 of the leading causes of death as adults, including things you might expect and things that you might not expect, like cancer and Alzheimer's disease and asthma and pulmonary diseases and heart disease. And so being able to provide interventions that help kids deal with trauma and begin the road to healing can help provide a lifetime of better health. So that mental health piece is huge, and it's the reason why we're expanding. We just had a groundbreaking this week for an expansion that will allow us to have a little more space for our mental health program as well as our medical program.
Starting early is definitely going to help these kids out because, like, once you get older, like you said, those, like, you're not going to expect anything, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that starting early is really making an impact. I'm glad what you're doing here.
Thank you.
And what can members of the public do to help prevent child abuse?
So everyone, every adult in the state of Utah is a mandatory reporter of child abuse. So if you know that a child is being abused, or you have good reason even to believe that a child is being abused by law, you're required to report that. So you can report it either to the Division of Child and Family Services or to your local law enforcement agency. The number for reporting it is 855-323-3237. 855-323-3237. Of course, if a child is in immediate danger, you want to call 911.
Definitely. And what needs does the Children's Justice Center have at this time?
Well, so I alluded to the fact that we've just had a groundbreaking. We are in the midst of a capital campaign. We are trying to raise $500,000. We've got our first $2 million. Intermountain Health provided the land, and so we're trying to raise some funds. So right now we could use some money, and I would invite people to go on our website, cjcwc.com, and you can donate there.
Yes, please support. This is a great cause. She's got a lot going. This is great. Just remember to support them. And who would you like to win this game tonight?
Oh, wow. So we work with a multidisciplinary team at the Children's Justice Center, and it includes all of the law enforcement agencies in the entire county. We work with Washington City closely. We work closely with St. George City and all of our cities and the Sheriff's Department as well. So I know a lot of these folks. I love them all. So officially, I'm neutral, but you also have to know I spent 7 years as the First Lady of St. George, so.
Looks like she's rooting for St. George. All right, well, we're excited. Thank you for everything you're doing tonight, and we'll be back after the break.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. 0.52 kilograms. This graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the sagebrushes, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Come down. Perfect. Great. Sodium carbonate.
Time apart has taught us. In our social distance, we found space. Space to ponder. Space to connect. Space to imagine. Space to heal. In the emptiness, we found meaning. In silence, we found beauty. In separation, we've discovered there is so much more to find when we find our space. Find your space.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Crimson Cliffs High School in St. George, Utah, with the second annual Money Good flag football game. Team Randall up 28 against Team Staheli, who's got 20 points. 3 minutes left at halftime. My name is Jake Palmer, and my co-host Zoe Hansen is here tonight announcing the game on TV. And we were invited, cordially invited, you could say, from the great people at Team Money Good. namely Devin Osborne, to come and announce this game. And he told us before hey, I want to keep this younger. You guys are students at Utah Tech University, and I really want to promote the great products from Utah Tech University. So I'll just talk a little bit about myself and what I'm doing. My name is Jake Palmer. I was born in St. George, but I was primarily raised in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a media studies major currently, a freshman at Utah Tech University. I'm about to finish up my second semester, going to be a sophomore, so I'm not going to be a 22-year-old freshman. Let's go. It's a good time. But yeah, outside of that, I work for the athletic program at Utah Tech University as a videographer and a content creator. I make a lot of the things that go on Twitter and a lot of the great stories that come out of Utah Tech University. And so outside of my work there, I enjoy talking about basketball, particularly the NBA. And I'm a host of a podcast on Apple Music and Spotify called The Warm Up. If you look up The Warm Up Basketball on Apple Music or on Apple Podcasts, you'll be able to find me and my podcast, where right now I'm just talking about the NBA playoffs. And I like to keep it short and sweet and just talk about my takes, and just being a fan of the NBA is my favorite thing on the planet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping to continue to create that in my own little business on social media and stuff like that. But it's exciting, so I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
And I'm Zoe Hansen. I'm originally from Idaho Falls, Idaho. I've always enjoyed playing sports, watching sports. I grew up playing soccer, golf, I snowboard. So I've always been interested in sports, but I was always thinking, I want to go somewhere warmer, because if you know Idaho, it's cold. It's probably still snowing there. So I definitely knew that I wanted to come down to St. George. And now being at Utah Tech, I'm a sophomore, and I've been on the news staff at Utah Tech. If you haven't heard, it's called Sun News Daily. We are the sports writers and sports anchors of the show. So me and Jake here. So you can watch us, Sun News at noon next semester. We'll be talking about all the Utah Tech sports, so keep in tuned. I
forgot to mention that, actually. I've got, that's a new thing for me. I've been able to be a sports anchor. That's how Zoe and I started working together. It's been great. We're gonna go back next semester, and it'll be a fun time. So it gives you kind of a little bit. I mean, starting off with that was pretty hard to do that on camera. And okay, we're going live on YouTube, and I'm like, oh shoot, live, like right now, like like I'm wearing a suit and stuff and I'm sweating, like. But at the end of the day, it's like I know you understand this as well, being an anchor. Like, you really just get locked into what you're talking about, and being passionate about sports really just helps wipe everything away. It's like once you get there, it's great. So
yeah, I started as a sports writer. You started as a writer and an anchor, so that's a lot to take on. But everyone was like, Zoe, like, what are you thinking, sports anchor? And I was like, oh, no way. I would have never even thought about it. And then I got in front of the camera and I just fell in love. Was it the same for you, Jake?
Absolutely. I mean, I've always liked, I don't know if I've always liked being in front of the camera necessarily, and I'm a media studies major, so I've always loved being behind the camera and making stuff and for my job. But then I was like, I don't even know who introduced me to it. They were like, hey, you should be in front of the camera. And I was like, okay, if I can talk about sports, sure. So like, there we go. It's been great. It was really hard at first, but I mean, once you got the same 5-6 people as a crew every Thursday at noon with the same routine, you really start to get comfortable with everybody there.
It's a great opportunity. I mean, we get to talk about the things that we love. We get to learn about new athletes. We get to talk to all these coaches. Like, it's a great opportunity, and we just get to do what we love, and just happens to be on camera every Thursday at noon.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. And so a little bit of an embarrassing story that has been developing the past couple of days with me and the Sun News. So we had kind of a staff party for the end of the year, okay? I'd known this for a month and a half, and I played volleyball in high school. And so when I was invited to be on a team for a sand volleyball tournament, it was on the same night as a staff party, and I forgot. And so somehow, first of all, I don't know how, I was nominated, and I ended up winning the team player award. And the team player that was voted, me, did not show up to receive the award. So I don't know if that should be revoked from me or not.
I was saying, rip up the award. He's not even at the staff party.
They're like, you got to be here, bro.
I said, Jake, where are you at? He said, I'm at sand volleyball. I said, okay.
I was like, I'm sorry. I paid money to be on this team. We ended up winning the entire thing, though, at the tournament. I got a T-shirt. It was great. But I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Why? First of all, how did I win team player? And second of all, that's embarrassing because everybody else showed up except for me. So, like,
You definitely deserve that award, but along with that award, you also got another award, and it was Best Goof. Not saying that Jake is the goof on the staff, but he definitely brings that light to our team. He has a lot of funny lines. I think 4 of us had commented on some of his funny lines this semester.
that's how you can tell I'm nervous all the time. If I'm nervous, I start cracking jokes because I I just like laughing. And so if I'm making fun of myself or a situation, gets me in my mind off of the situation. And so, yeah, no, I thought that was hilarious. I felt so bad. I mean, it was a weird conflict of like, okay, we won 2 games of the tournament, and then I get the text, hey, you won the team player award, and I was like, are you serious? And I'm not even there, bro. I didn't even show up.
We had some great food. You definitely missed out.
I know. It was at Cafe Sabor in St. George off Boulevard. And so I even said, where's it at? Cafe Sabor? I'm there. Obviously, I was not there.
He was not there.
I was too busy eating W's at a sand volleyball tournament.
At least you won the sand volleyball tournament. Because if you did not win that tournament, that would be pretty sad.
I don't know if that would have been better if like, hey guys, I'm at a tournament, but I lost in the first round, so I can make it on time to the party now. I don't know if that would have been better or worse. Me showing up in my slides and my short shorts from playing volleyball to like this nice staff party.
It's funny because I think we were all pretty much dressed up. So if you came in like sweatshirt, and some slides, I think it'd be kind of funny.
I mean, for best goof, I mean, matches me pretty well, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you have not had a chance to check out the Sun News Daily, it's the like Zoe said, it's the Utah Tech News. It used to be the Dixie Sun News. But it's a collective of not just journalists, but graphic designers, photographers, videographers. It's a great collective of people who, share not necessarily the same love and like their degrees and stuff, but just in terms of our passions of what we want to do. I'm still a freshman. I've got a lot of time and for my career and things, but it's very nice to have this opportunity to be like, oh, maybe I do want to be a broadcaster or a sports anchor or a writer. I've got a lot of different opportunities to go and see, or maybe I want to try graphic design or something and really branch out that way. The Sun News, if you're a student, I would highly suggest reaching out to either Zoe or I, or anyone from the Sun News and looking at possibilities or even just reading the news stories that we have.
We cover news, we cover features, opinions, sports, you name it. We cover a lot on Utah Tech University. So if you're ever wondering what's going on campus or anything new, make sure to tune into that.
Absolutely. And obviously it's going to be Zoe and I with the sports, so like why wouldn't you want to show up, Like it's going to be the greatest thing. So it's been a lot of fun. But what else has been a lot of fun is the first half of this game. I'm surprised that it's 28 to 20. I believe if I can look at the score from last year's game,
42 to 28?
I think the lowest score, yeah, Team Randall last year had 28 points in the entire game. Meanwhile, Team Staheli had a 42 to 28 win. And so Team Randall's already matched the amount of points they had last year, which, I mean, behind Cody Longball Wilstead, that's what you're going to get, right?
I want to see some more plays like that last play right before half. I think if they can really nail that, that'll be the best play in this game.
Yeah. How many points do you think that this is going to, like, what's the highest amount of points we're going to get from a game like this? We technically, since we got 20 in the first half, it should technically equal up to 56 because it's like the second half, 28 again. So what do you think is going to be the final score of this game?
Ooh, I want to say it's definitely going to get more than the 42 to 28 because we're already at 28 and it's the first half. I want to say it's going to get to the 50s, but I don't think it's going to be a big lead. So maybe 56 to 40. Let's say 48.
Am I going to get fired if I say like 100 to 76? Am I going to get fired for that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I
Go
can
ahead.
get fired. I think it's like a volunteer thing. No, that's outrageous. I think I'm agreeing with you. Looks like the players going to be able to cool off a little bit more.
They got some shade.
Got some shade on the field.
Got to cool off wearing all black.
Seriously. Team Staheli I was going to say up to bat, but this is definitely flag football, Jake. Good job.
We're not watching baseball, Jake.
Pistol Pete back in the pocket. Folks, this is the start of the second half of the second annual Team Money Good flag football game. Pistol Pete, that's going to be picked off by Applesauce and Hot Dogs, who's had now over the course of the ending of the first and the start of the second, 3 consecutive plays with the 2-point conversion in the end zone for Team Randall and the interception at the end of the first half and the interception at the start of the second half. So number 7, Steve Applesauce and Hot Dogs Ashby is going crazy. Looks like he ran all the way back.
We got a little celebration over there.
He ran. I didn't even see it. I think he walked all the way. Oh, that was. I think it's a good thing he might not be playing quarterback. He's got 2 interceptions. He's playing really well on defense. So
he's doing good where he's at. That ball is attracting to his gloves, but maybe he should stay out of the quarterback position with that throw.
Hey, right now I don't know who's Cody Longball Wilson is the better friend. I don't know who the better friend is. Is it Applesauce and Hot Dogs or the kid? You know, Applesauce and Hot Dogs got 2 interceptions to give Longball the opportunity to throw the ball as the flag falls off of Tanner Biceps Baldery. Or is it the kid whose Longball is throwing 2 touchdowns too? You know, like
there's some kind of balance there. You know, it's hard to tell because he's making the kid's making the plays, making the points. But then again, we wouldn't be there if he didn't get the interceptions. So
exactly right.
Definitely a good balance there.
You know, I know it's true in basketball. Defense wins championships. I think that's pretty good against all sports. Pass completed. Number 23, flag not pulled. Runs all the way in. Oh, stopped a yard short of the end zone. Is that called a touchdown?
Jumped right into the touchdown.
I think they called her a yard, 2 yards before. That's going to be number 23, Starley the Flash Woodbury with the reception.
I think they're going to review it right here.
Let's see the review. Yeah, great hands. Missed the flagpole. She thought her flag was pulled. She keeps going. That's the Flash right there. Looks like maybe she stepped out of bounds at the line.
It looks like she's in unless she stepped out right there. That'll be the one telltale.
No. Looks like you might not be able to jump and twirl your flags around like that. Do not think that that's going to count for a touchdown.
I think you got to run in. No jumps into the touchdown.
Touchdown, Team St. George. So outside, even though the Flash Woodbury didn't even get the touchdown and she was a yard or 2 short, you know, Team Randall came through, long ball with the short pass for the touchdown. Team Randall commanding 14-point lead up 34-20 early on in the second half.
Team Staheli's got some catching up to do if they want to win this game again. You know, it's a lot of bragging rights for a whole year.
Exactly.
Some pressure
long ball
there.
in the pocket, stepping back, pressure. Ball a little bit too long for long ball Wilstead. Falling back, great pressure there.
You know, not a bad throw for being halfway to the ground.
Yeah, seriously, I mean, the pressure there from number 11, Corey Double K Klotz. Just enough to get long ball, a little bit off kilter, throwing the ball past the end zone. Two-point conversion failed there. Team Randall losing it. Team Staheli with the ball. Now Pistol Pete throws it to number 19, Amelia Millie Rock Slamatron, but misses the catch on that one. You know, if you're Team Staheli, you gotta pick up steam fast. You've only got 20 minutes left in this game. You've got to start picking up and start putting pressure back on Team Randall to make this a closer game. Pistol Pete in the pocket. Pressure coming on him. Puts the jukes on him. He's been putting jukes on people all day. Flag is pulled. Makes the pass to number 10. Bruno, warm body, warm leg, Silva. Nice hat there, Bruno Silva. And nice catch. You got both. Flag is pulled. Just short of the 35-yard line. Pistol Pete is continuing to be great under pressure, Zoe.
He's calm. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He's a head coach of a D1 university.
Is he the
football
real head
team.
coach, though?
Doesn't say he's the real head coach. Great pass. Flag pulled off at the 45. Pass completed to number 15. Now we're picking up some steam for Team Randall. Excuse me, Team Staheli. Representing Washington City. Once again, Mayor Randall and Mayor Staheli are the head coaches for the respective teams. Pass bobbled. Snap bobbled. Pass a little bit short from Pistol Pete to Millie Rock Slavatron. Man, Team Randall, some great defense here. Shutting Team Staheli down quick. Looks like it's going to be a loss of downs for Team Staheli, giving Team Randall another opportunity to score. And a chance to potentially go up 42-20 if they score and get the two-point conversion, matching what Team Staheli had last year in last year's game. Tanner Biceps Baldry, number 89, snapping off to the all-star of this game, Cody Longball Wilstead. Deep in the pocket, Millie Rock Slamatron with the deep. Pass incomplete to Frank. Two-time Stain. Once again, MVP of last year, or the reigning MVP is number 26, Beckham. Best nickname, by the way, in this entire game. Always open, just like 7-Eleven. Nielsen. That's just so long and but it's necessary.
It's so true. Who doesn't love a 7-Eleven?
It's always open. Haven't seen much from him this game, but I mean we still got 17 minutes left in this game. 14-point lead, Team Randall. See what we got. Now it's gonna be number 44 snapping the ball. Short ball from long ball. Looks like number 10, Bruno.
Pushing for those yards.
Number 10, Logan, not Ben Wallace, kind of acting a little bit like Ben Wallace, kind of pushing himself against number 11.
Don't know. Looks like they both lost their flags.
Looked like rugby for a second there.
Remember, this is flag football.
Hey, we don't know, though. We don't know what Team Money Good is going to be doing in the future. Team Money Good, first annual rugby competition. Next year. We don't know. We have no idea.
Stay tuned.
Just under 17 minutes left in the ball game for the second annual Team Money Good flag football game here at Crimson Cliffs in St. George, Utah. Cody Longball Wilstead, kind of jukes himself out. Loses the defense. He is hauling.
He's quick.
Running. Dodges the first flag, still going. Jukes, grabs the T-shirt, spins, loses the flag. That's a gain of about 20 to 30 yards there for Cody. Long ball, Wilstead. Flag on the play. I think it's because he spun, Zoe. I'm not sure what the ruling is on that. Lucas is going to be on the offense. I mean, I might be able to tell you that my rules from 10-year-old flag football might not be the same as this, but I mean, I remember you can't spin and jump at the same time and stuff like that. So let's see. He's covering some great ground. Oh. Looks like it was a little bit of a flag guard. Maybe long ball got a little bit excited that he was running so much. He was running for forever.
Looked like he was in the NFL. Look
right
at
there.
him.
There's the flag call. Kind of a little bit blocking the back. A little flick of the wrist that kind of stopped the defender from grabbing the one flag on his left side.
Seemed like a little bit of a celebration, too. A little
Yeah.
too early.
Puts the ball in the air. I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have just hurdled somebody. Like,
With that speed, I was ready for it.
I mean, he's got the hair, the beard. Throws some great touchdowns in this game. Got his team up. Very confident going into the second half with the lead. Snap. Short ball.
Great.
Caught by number 11. Trey Chirga Kamachi. That's about his second or third reception of the game. You know, we've got, for Team St. George and Team Staheli, Todd the Kid Simister's got 2 touchdowns. He's had some pretty good receptions, especially on the long ball side of it. You know, he's caught some great long balls, but Chiriga has been there on just the short balls, catch and go. You know, give him a little bit of space, especially after losing a penalty like that, you know.
They got some good dynamic duos. They got every field covered. They got their short balls and then obviously their long balls to the kid.
Snap is off to long ball. Another short pass. Caught by number 10. Logan, not Ben Wallace. I'm surprised these guys are wearing hats. I don't know if I could wear a hat playing football. Even though it's flag, you're moving and stuff. Maybe I just move too much and I think my hat will fall off, but I'm impressed at this. That's a great catch, right on the money. No pressure from Cody. Long ball, Wilstead. Playing a great game so far. You know, we thought Pistol Pete had a fantastic game in the first quarter, or the first half, excuse me. But long ball seeming to come out and prove that he is the best quarterback in this game with his team up 14. If they score here, Zoe, how are Team Staheli's chances looking at winning this game?
You know, it's you never know. You know, if they score right here, it's going to be tough to come back from. But I'm not saying that they can't do it. We've seen some great plays from them.
Loses the play sheet again. Great defense from Cajun Unks Bogrevich from Team Washington. After number 19 for Team Staheli, Amelia Millie Rock Slamatron had some. You know, she's blitzed it. And ran it long ball pretty much all game. And I think she's starting to rate him a little bit. He's starting to get a little bit more under pressure. And, you know, that led to an incomplete pass.
I think it's very successful pressuring there. It's because you either move out of the way and throw it fast or you have a lot of time, you know.
I mean, third option is play like not Ben Wallace and kind of just maybe a little bit of a shoulder and that's not legal, but I mean. Long ball, pressure on him. Zips it to number 21. Incomplete for Josh Pulsifer.
I think it threw him off a little bit. They sent someone else out there
And
to
he
pressure
came
him.
in hot. Yeah, he was ready. I mean, if the ball's not out of Wilstead's hands in another half a second, his flag's down. Right, but nonetheless, turnover on downs for Team Randall. Team Staheli getting a huge stop. This is the kind of stop and the kind of defense they needed to play to get back into this game.
Definitely. They cannot let them score here.
You know, this is an opportunity given to you. You got to convert on this drive. Looks like we're going to go to timeout here. Team Randall up 14, 34-20. Just under 12 minutes left in the game. And we will go to break.
Utah is our home. And just as we celebrate our singular state with its unique culture, we also must recognize the unique challenges that face us and affect us all. Unfortunately, suicide is one of those challenges. One that is both deeply personal and in need of a greater collective effort. So the state of Utah is bringing people together to rise to this challenge. To not only survive, but live on. Live on is a mantra of hope and a recognition of resilience. It is a statewide effort to prevent suicide by promoting education, providing resources, and changing our culture around suicide and mental health. Together, we can get through, reach out, lift up, look ahead, and live on.
graph is square.
Pretty close.
Artemisia is all the sage brushes, but there's your needle and thread. Which one is this?
Come down. Turn, please. Right. Sodium carbonate.
Time apart has taught us. In our social distance, we found space. Space to ponder. Space to connect. Space to imagine. Space to heal. In the emptiness, we found meaning. In silence, we found beauty. In separation, we've discovered there is so much more to find when we find our space. Find your space.
Welcome back to Crimson Cliffs High School here in St. George, Utah for the second annual Money Good flag football game. Looks like they're just finishing up a quick 40-yard dash during the timeout. Founder and CEO of Team Money Good, Devin Osborne, had the lead. I mean, he's 6'8", so he had the lead on a bunch of kids and I think kind of veered off a little bit.
Got some long legs. Long legs will help with that.
He played football for Utah Tech for 5 seasons. Wide receiver. Now he's doing something great with Money Good here in student athletes in St. George. And we're back to the game. Team Staheli behind Pistol Pete under some pressure. Fakes him out. Flag's going to be called. Picked off by Todd the Kid Sinister, running it all the way back for a pick 6. There is a pass. Pass was intercepted, but there is a flag on the field. We're going to see, but as for right now, it stands Todd the Kid Sinister with the interception on Pistol Pete. You know, put a lot of pressure on Pistol Pete here. Even though he got around, I think he flag guarded a little bit. Got back, got his space, but obviously it wasn't enough to get to his receiver. Just short of Bruno Warm Body, Warm Leg Silva. And that's a pick 6. The 3rd touchdown of the game for Todd the Kid Sinister. That's a great athlete right there.
And just another reminder, don't forget to share. You know, we got the social media contest. Post a picture and join the game on Instagram to enter to win that Minky blanket.
Cody Longball, Wilstead in the pocket, passes to Frank 2 times. Stain, former member of the Utah Tech basketball team, number 22 for the 2-point conversion. Big old lead for Team Randall. That was almost too easy for both Wilstead and Stain. Now, the score for last year's game, the very first annual Money Good flag football game, was 42-28. But it was on for the opposite team. Team Staheli ended up winning the game 42-28. Now we got Team Randall at 42-20 with 10 minutes left in the game.
I don't even know what to say. I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
I am not shocked. I knew that they're going to come out hungry. You know, they want that trophy.
Flag pulled at the 27-yard line.
Not a lot of yards gained there.
Yeah, number 3, Jalen, remove all doubt Powell with the short reception for Team Staheli. That's the great part about this being an annual thing, is that there's a lot of, you know, beef and vendetta that goes along with this. As Blake Hot Feet Kilgore shows off that hot feet with the reception, the defender grabs the flag, throws it around 4 or 5 times, indicate that he was down after not being able to pull it. Let's check the review here. They definitely grabbed his belt. More like his shirt.
I think they grabbed his shirt.
Laughing about it. Kilgore with the reception, moving the team Washington up the field as Bruno, warm body, warm leg, Silva makes the reception to get the Team Staheli.
Too bad he couldn't stay on his feet. I think he could have gained a couple extra yards.
I know, warm body, warm legs, but I mean, whatever. They're over the midway point in the field. Almost another interception there
Great
for Pistol
throw.
Pete.
Right in between players. It's a great throw there.
Man, they have just been playing some good defense. Team St. George has been representing a great offense from Long Ball and the Kid, and great defense from, namely, Applesauce and Hot Dogs. As Pistol Pete is in the pocket. Flag, maybe not necessarily pulled, but fell off of Bruno Warm Body, Warm Leg Silva around the 45-yard line. Excuse me, the 35-yard line. I don't know if she got that. I think it more or less fell off of him.
Unless it was loose and she just got a little bit of it, it's off.
Just put a finger on it. A lot of pressure on Pistol Pete, making him run. Third reception in a row for Bruno Warm Body, Warm Leg Silva, keeping Team Staheli in this game. You know, around 7.5 minutes left in the second half. Down 22 points. They've got to score here to even be in contention.
Oh, he dropped it and recovered it right above the ground.
Oh, my
that
gosh.
was a great catch.
Peak athleticism. Pistol Pete, no pressure. Little slowly dribbling in. Play calling, long ball up, caught, touchdown. Pistol Pete to number 13, Tyson T-Dove Dove. That's a touchdown for Team Staheli, keeping them in the game. Pistol Pete had a great showing in the first 5-6 minutes of the first half. You know, really going great after they had that turnover from Team St. George, and they're looking to have a 2-point conversion here. Little bit. Oh, what an amazing catch from Cajun Unks Smith-Bergrevich.
You know, I don't know if Pistol Pete is just throwing these footballs super hard, but it looks like they got a second chance at catching the ball. We've seen it with the last two.
He like video game double jumped on that. I mean, he's currently a football player for the Utah Tech football team under Pistol Pete, under Coach Pete, and he plays defense. And so, I mean, that's a wide receiver type move. And so, I mean, all around play there. I mean, he literally double jump like in a video game. Like went up, one hand tipped into himself, lost his hat in the process. But I mean, at least it's not your flag, right? So, Team Randall up on Team Staheli, 42-28. This was the score last year for the very first annual Money Good football game. Long ball with the long ball, passes incomplete just by like a couple yards or so. 6 minutes left in this game, but once again, yeah, this was the score last year, but for opposite teams.
Exactly, swapped.
That's kind of ironic how this goes. This is a 14-point game in favor of the team who lost last year by this same margin.
They are ready to take that trophy, and they're not going to let it up easy.
I mean, imagine the bragging rights after this game. If you could score in the next 5 minutes if you're Team Randall and not let Team Staheli score, you can go to them and say, hey, we lost you by 14 points last year, but, I mean, we beat you by more than you beat us. So, I mean, for whatever that's worth, right?
Oh, for a whole year. Said, we stole your trophy.
Long ball with the short pass to the flash. Drops it. Had it for, like, first 2 steps. Ended up dropping that ball. She is quick, though. I mean, that flash is not a bad nickname for her.
She is quick.
Team Washington has pretty much all of their players with hands on their hips currently. Looking a little
tired over
there. A little dusted from running around guarding all these. I mean, Team Randall's got some great receivers, if we can see by the score. You know, great quarterback, and they've got to keep up with these receivers. I mean, got to be thinking about the person who's blitzing. That's it. Oh, almost picked off by Blake Hot Feet Kilgore. But, I mean, you got to be.
That came in hot.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe he had it for a second and then gone?
Right through his right through his
Looks like he
his
kind
hands.
of lifted it a little bit.
Yeah. You got to be thinking about the person who's running pressure on long ball in the second half. I mean, they are just going at him. Incomplete pass there. A little bit of a timeout for Team Randall, seeing what they're going to do. Long ball, drawing up a play on his hand. This truly is flag football if you're doing that. I mean, he's got his own play sheet tucked into the back of his flag belt, but I mean, he's got his hand out, drawing routes for players. See what he's got cooking for him. False start. Looks like flag thrown. The entire Washington team defense just pointing at Frank 2-time Stain saying, hey, bro, you cannot do that. You got to sit back there. Frank, maybe the route was intended for him. Maybe he was a little bit too excited for what was happening for him. going to be a bit of a setback. Team Randall 3 yards ahead of the goal line. Long ball, pressure on him. That's a dot over. Pass caught. Number 21. Josh Pulsifer with the deep ball. I mean, I don't know why I'm even saying deep ball. That's a long ball from Cody Long Ball Wilstead. That ball got up there into the stratosphere and came down like a rocket.
Took a flight and came back down for that great catch right there.
Great hands. I mean, the body contortion that was from Pulsifer was really impressive. Handoff to the kid who's been more or less the star offensively for this Team Randall team.
He's quick. He's made it hard for these defenders to try and catch him. Being how quick he is, it'd be very, very hard.
I mean,
Look
yeah,
at this right
you can
here.
see his face. I don't know if you saw his face. He is puffing steam trying to run out the defense, you know. So far, you know, all the proceeds of this game represented by Team Money Good are going to the Children's Justice Center here in St. George. So far, $1,319 have been donated towards the Children's Justice Center just from this game alone. We thank everybody for their donations and those who continue to do so. This has been a great time for the team, for both teams and for the Children's Justice Center as Team Randall gets another touchdown.
Yes, thanks for coming out to this game and supporting this awesome cause.
Yeah, great touchdown there from Jory Juice Hansen. A little bit of a dance. I mean, he's got some juice. Look at that. If that's not juice, I do not know what is. You know. And just like we were saying, score went up from 42 to 28. It's now 48-28, 20-point lead. Team Randall looking for the two-point conversion. Are they going to crack the 50 mark?
Oh.
Blocked off by Cajun Unk Smith-Bogrevich. And he got out there behind him. Jumped up. I mean, that's defense right there. No, that's like no contact. I mean, that's a defensive D1 football player, you know. Got up, not even a pass interference, not even close.
Get him to the big leagues. He was ready for that.
I mean, he could play wide receiver after what we saw in the other end zone. I mean, that one-hand tip-up to himself, that was very impressive. So, two-point conversion incomplete for Team Randall. Yet they still have a 20-point lead on Team Staheli in this game. Once again, all donations from this game are going towards proceeds of this game are going towards the Children's Justice Center here in St. George. Donations proceeds are up to $1,319 as of this game, as from the start of this game alone. And so once again, we thank everybody dearly for what they have done to help out the great people who work. Dedicate their lives and services towards the Children's Justice Center and their great cause. I mean, the halftime was very interesting to listen to hear about what their actual goals are, you know.
The impacts are going to be amazing for when they get older. It's something that I had never really thought about, you know. You don't think about it until it's out there, you know. The things they're doing is amazing, and it's going to impact them in the long run for sure.
Very good life-changing things happening here tonight in Crimson Cliffs High School in St. George, Utah for the second annual Team Money Good flag football game. Once again, shout out to Team Money Good, Devin Osborne, for this game and all that he has done with his team to set this up with the Children's Justice Center.
Come get it. Come show us that number. Okay.
2 minutes left in the second half. Looks like they're giving away some gifts and rewards
we have a signed
on the field.
Children's Justice Center
briefly, momentarily.
Looks like a Minky blanket.
Looks like a Minky blanket.
Oh, I love Minky blankets. Most comfortable, amazing blankets there are. Winning one of those would be awesome.
There's Devin Osborne, the founder and CEO of Team Money Good in the middle, standing at 6'8". And Christy, who works with the Children's Justice Center here, the representative. That's a great cause they have. This is very good to see what's happening here tonight.
All right, here we go. Another Minky Couture blanket. 0749.
Zoe, I don't know about viewers at home. I just barely saw the trophy for this game. I'm assuming that's the trophy for this game. I'm 6'5". That trophy is as tall as I am. Not really. I'm just
No,
kidding.
I actually think that's taller than you, Jake.
That is a very, very large trophy. It is like red pillars, the goal football. Wow.
I would be fighting for that trophy. That's beautiful.
I mean, you see Team Randall's bench and their sideline is directly facing that trophy. I mean, they might have been eyeing that the entire game. Maybe last year's game, Team Staheli was eyeing that, and they were able to just keep that motivation. But I mean,
it is their motivation. Seeing that trophy right there.
Yeah, how could you
you
can't not help like just staring at the thing from the opposite side of the field. It's like, wow.
The football is gold. It is eye-catching.
I did not believe I didn't see it before. That is crazy.
What's that? A mini one right next to it?
All right.
Is that two different trophies?
I think so. Yeah, I mean the mini
Or
one's
maybe
about
it's a
fourth of the size for the second place team potentially, but
To support the Children's Justice Center,
nonetheless.
Washington City, St. George
Once again, thank you
City.
everyone who is
Good luck to
watching
the teams,
on
and thanks to Devin
TV tonight,
and his
participating
crew for putting this thing
in
together.
this second annual Team Money Good flag football game. Zoe, what is one thing that you have learned today talking with Christy and what their purpose is?
First down, Washington City.
You know, I
football.
think there's a lot to learn with this. Everything, every dollar, every penny counts, and this cause is amazing. It's truly helping, and I'm glad that they could be out here today and enjoying, like, it's such a deep topic, so enjoying that with a fun football game, it's a great way to support this cause.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Andrew, Mr. HPC Kendall with the flagpole on. Hold on, here's this nickname. Nillionaire. Crazier. That is millionaire. That is fantastic.
That's perfect.
Number 61 for Team Washington.
I wouldn't expect any other nickname for that name.
Millionaire. That is amazing. Team Staheli with the quick offense here. Pistol Pete. A lot of offense moving around. Under pressure, Pistol Pete making one of the many moves he's made tonight. Back to Millionaire. Gets his flagpole to the 42-yard line. Team Staheli hoping and praying that they can get at least another touchdown in before the last minute of this game expires. 55 seconds on the clock. Down 20. Team Staheli probably not going to win this game. Pass it to Cajun Unk. Smith Bergrevich gets inside all the way.
How did he get past all those defenders?
I don't know. He probably could have going to the actual end zone without getting his flag pulled. I mean, if he really wanted to.
It's all in the hips. He was swaying those hips, and
Great
he got all the way
there.
through.
Yeah. Once again, the bathroom-sized towel coming out of his back pocket, and that might be helping his flags potentially. We don't know. His flags look like they're over it, but you know. Pistol Pete back in the pocket. Pressure on him once again for number 23. Misses the flagpole. Oh. And they missed the two-point conversion. But the lead is up to 14 instead of 20. So that's something you can say.
They're closing in.
But, I mean, at this point, who knows what in the world Cody Longball Wills is going to do at this point of the game. 45 seconds left. He could throw the whole yard, just the whole field, everything.
We've seen it already.
Twice. So, safe to say, not that big of a long ball. Boom. Punt. 14-point lead for Team Randall. 45 seconds left. Team Staheli, valiant effort. They were looking coming into this game to get the second win of the second annual. Their second win of the second annual, of the two annual flag football games from Team Money Good that they've put on. Not going to get that today. A little bit of a QB change for Team Randall. Pass incomplete.
Looks like long ball was on the end of that receiving
long ball said, "Can I catch a long ball, please?" Thank you. But I don't know if that was. It might have been 50-50 on the receiver and on the quarterback on that drive. But I mean, fake the first pass. He's running. He's on the run and he threw that. I think long ball just wasn't back enough. I mean, he's
just
already got
right past the fingers. That's it.
His tights are ripped. He's put his body on the line this game. Ice his arm after this. I mean, That's the kind of stuff you got to do once you're out 14 with 30 seconds left. You know, it's been a good game. Great night here at Crimson Cliffs High School in St. George, Utah. .36 seconds left of the game. What is going to happen? I don't even know what's going to happen. Devin Osborne's on the field, behind, filming something. Pressure on him. Another incomplete pass. Looks like that's number 11.
Near sack by number 19, Millie Rocks.
Trey Trigga Kamachi
Pass incomplete.
at QB.
Third down, St. George City.
Looks like long ball is on the bench.
Long ball's not throwing no more long balls. I'm assuming maybe his arm's a little tight, or they're going to pull out something.
Yeah, he said, I had 10 long balls in me. I got to pass the title after that. I can't do it anymore. We're up 14. I'm not putting my body in the line anymore.
His tights are ripped. He's done.
He's put in a good game. Here's Trigga. The dot. Bobbled and caught. Oh, my goodness. Flag not pulled. Still going. Oh. For number 22.
And the pass is bobbled but caught.
Let's see this replay here.
By St. George.
Wow. Was that off of his knee?
You know, it might have been. It looked like.
Wow. Great way to, I mean, no flag penalty there for, I mean, he didn't even just spin his flags. He just had some good moves. Long ball deep in the end zone. Caught one-handed! Oh! One-handed catch into the end zone!
And Kamachi goes down the middle for
oh my goodness! By number 8.
Oh, look at this celebration.
Number 8, Devin the Dancer Chandler throws the ball into the air with the, not even, I mean, Team Randall had this in the bag, but I mean, with 10 seconds, they said, hey, one more long ball since long ball's on the bench. Let's pay tribute to him.
Oh, wow.
Look at this pass from Trigga Kamachi. Up and over. The one-handed catch over his head with the glasses and the do-rag on. Into the end zone. Holds the ball up. This trophy is ours.
Wow, what an amazing catch.
To 34. What an amazing catch, Zoe. Oh, my gosh. Was that the best play of the game? What do you think with that compared to Cajun Smith, Unk Bogrevich's catch?
You know, I got to say that that's probably the best catch of the game. That one-handed straight into the end zone. That was perfect.
0 seconds left on the clock.
Such a great pass too.
Wow. We have found a new
Talk about
champion.
NFL Devin the Dancer Chandler.
Congratulations.
Looks like OBJ out there.
Yeah, seriously, capping off all of 54 points for Team Randall. Team Randall taking the second annual Money Good trophy, leading 54-34 at the end of the game.
Children's Justice Center.
What a great fight.
Thank you for attending today's game. We would like to once again thank Crimson Cliffs High School for hosting tonight's event. Please drive home.
Well, that'll do it for this game. Team Randall 54, Team Staheli 34. End of regulation. This has been the second annual Money Good flag football game. Proceeds and donations have been given to the Children's Justice Center here in St. George. So far, there have been $1,319 donated throughout the course of this game. So Zoe and I and everyone here at Team Money Good, we thank you very much for your donations and your help for a great cause.
Mayor Randall. Yeah, we got a trophy presentation. We're official.
Thank you everyone for coming and donating to the Children's Justice Center. It was a fun night.